Okay, so welcome back to Level 3, ESL Level 3, and we are going to start doing our review of the book. Since we've finished the book, we are going to start doing our review and using the workbook. Alright, now if you don't have the workbook, if you don't have the workbook, that's no problem for this unit review. Because in Unit 1 review, I'm going to do a complete review of the lesson, and I'm going to use the workbook. Alright, so I will provide you with the workbook pages in my slide, in my videos. Okay, so hopefully you'll follow along. And then when we upload this video, I will provide you with the PDF version of this presentation in downloadable form in WhatsApp. Alright, so you can follow along just in case you don't have the workbook, and so you can also follow along with any of the additional material that I give you in the presentation, alright, in this video. Alright, so excuse me, ESL Level 3. We're going to start doing our unit review for unit number 1. This is going to be the first review, so this is going to be a long one, but in the following weeks I will do shorter ones that will cover multiple units, such as unit 2 through 4. I think that's going to be the next one. Alright, so if you have any questions, of course you can always email me, fisherman060@gmail.com, or you can send me a message on WhatsApp. Alright, in our team, in our group meetings, and also we can talk about any questions that you have in Zoom. Alright, so let's move on. So Unit 1 review. So Unit 1, we talked about personal information. Alright, this is a while ago. This is the start of the semester, so I just want to do a refresh so that we remember what we're talking about. Alright, so it is personal information, and specifically we're going to be talking about different personality types. Alright, different personality types. So what are some examples of different personality types? Alright, so I have a few here. Alright, one might be somebody is friendly. Alright, that's a personality type. Someone could be shy. Someone could be outgoing. They could also be nervous, right? Somebody who's just really nervous all the time. And somebody who's quiet. Alright, so friendly, shy, outgoing, nervous, quiet. Those are examples of different personality types. Here are more adjectives that describe personality types, or what we're going to also call them are traits. All right, personality types are also called personality traits. All right, now this is going to be a long list of some other adjectives that we use. So remember, adjectives are words that describe the noun or describe the subject. All right, so you could say an ambitious person, right? An ambitious girl, or an ambitious boy. All right, arrogant, arrogant. All right, bossy, bossy. Capable, capable. Clever, intelligent, smart. All right, clever, intelligent, smart. Cold-hearted, cold-hearted. Creative, creative. cruel or mean, cruel or mean, dishonest, dishonest, easygoing, easygoing, funny, funny, generous, generous, greedy, greedy, hard-working, hard-working, honest, honest. A lot of people, you might hear people just say honest. They might not pronounce the H. So honest or honest. Okay. Ignorant, ignorant, impatient, impatient, kind, kind, lazy, lazy, moody, moody, narrow-minded, narrow-minded, open-minded, open-minded, outgoing, outgoing, picky, picky, polite, polite, punctual, punctual, reliable, reliable, romantic, romantic, rude, rude, selfish, selfish, shallow, shallow, shy, shy, sociable, sociable. Let me say that again. Sociable, stingy, stingy, strict, strict, stubborn, stubborn, talkative, talkative, thoughtful, thoughtful, unreliable, unreliable, warm-hearted, warm-hearted, well-educated, well-read, well-educated, well-read, well-traveled, well-traveled. Okay, so we've gone through the list, and it's about 42. 42 or so. Actually, it's a little bit more because we had these multiple ones here. But around 42 adjectives that describe personality traits and types. So most of these I think you know, or you'd be able to guess what they are. But there are probably some that you don't know. So the challenge here is to look up these words in the dictionary and figure out what they mean and how you can use them in ways that you describe personality traits for people, for yourself as well. Okay, for instance, stingy, right? That's one that most people might not know off the top of their heads by just looking at it. Okay. However, we see words like hard-working, and that pretty much tells us, right? Cold-hearted, that pretty much tells us what that type of trait is. Okay, but maybe narrow-minded you might not know that one. So let's take some time and look these up, especially the ones that you don't know, and pay a particular attention on how the dictionary tells us how to use these words when we're talking about personality traits or personality types. Okay, so that would be a good exercise. Another exercise that we're going to do is we're going to break these up into positive or good personality traits and bad or negative personality traits. Some of these, I believe, can be either good or bad, so I'm going to put that in its own separate category. All right, and I'll explain what I mean by that when we get to it. All right, so let's look at some more information here. All right. Unit 1 review, personal information, good personality types or traits. All right, so this is the list of good personality traits. We have ambitious, creative, generous, kind, polite, romantic, warm-hearted, capable, easygoing, hard-working, open-minded, punctual, sociable, well-educated, well-read, clever, intelligent, smart, funny, honest, outgoing, reliable, thoughtful, well-traveled. Okay, so these are all personality types or traits. All right. I'm sorry, these are all good personality types or traits. All right. So let's look at some bad or negative personality types or traits. Arrogant, cruel, mean, ignorant, moody, rude, stingy, bossy, dishonest, impatient, narrow-minded, selfish, unreliable, cold-hearted, greedy, lazy, picky, shallow. Okay, so those are all bad or negative personality traits. These are the ones that I thought could either be good or bad personality traits depending on the situation. Okay, so shy, depending on the situation, right? Someone who is shy could either be a good or a bad personality trait, right? So if you're in a job where you work by yourself and you don't want to really stand out, right? Being shy would be a good personality trait. But if you're in a situation, let's say if you own your own business and you have to do a lot of sales, right? And you have to go out and meet people and talk to them and really strike up conversations and network. Remember we talked about networking? Network with people. Being shy would be a bad personality trait. You always would feel uneasy. You wouldn't feel natural. All right. Talkative, right? Same situation with shy, I think, because if being talkative would be a good situation if you were in in sales and you had to really take time to talk to people and have a conversation and explain things to people in a very thoughtful and in a good way, then this would be a good good personality trait. However, if you were someone who had to be on the sidelines and be in the background supporting other people, this might not be a good personality trait. All right. The next one is strict. All right. Strict. So this could be a good or a bad personality trait, I think, because if you live in an area where you have to make sure your children, let's say, are well protected, it would probably be a good personality trait if you were strict with them, right? Make sure they have good rules, good understanding of how things really are in the world, right? But also give them good structure at home, right? That would be a good personality trait. But if you were someone who was really strict with people who, let's say, a boss in a business, and you're working with adults, right? That's something different. You're a strict boss. That might not be a good personality trait. All right. Next one is stubborn. Stubborn. So if you were in sales and you were always having to sell, being stubborn would be a good personality trait, because that means you won't quit, right? Even if somebody says no, you just keep going. If you don't get a yes from them, maybe you'll get a yes from somebody else, and you just keep at it, and that's being stubborn. However, it would be a bad personality trait if you were fighting against maybe your parents, right, and you didn't want to accept their rules. Then that would be being stubborn and being stuck in your ways, wanting to do things your way. That would be a bad personality trait. All right. So these are personality traits that I thought would fit in the category of either being good or bad, depending on the situation. All right. So, taking those personality traits, those adjectives, right? Let's practice describing personality types in sentences. All right. So now this is where you get a chance to practice what we've just learned. Okay. Answer the following questions using the personality vocabulary. So those are all the 42 plus words that we just went over. Also, give some added information to explain why you chose that personality trait. Here's our example. Funny, right? Someone who's funny. What would be your example of a personality trait in a full sentence? The example here is, she makes me laugh a lot. All right? She is funny. All right? So the next question is, which of these traits describe you? So take some time. Let's pause the video. Take some time and write down which of these traits, which of these personality types describes you. And then give us an example. All right? Write it in full sentence. It might be something like ambitious, right? Might be hardworking. Might be reliable. Might be sociable. Might be warm-hearted. Okay? Pick two and describe you. Then, which of these traits describe traits describe your father? You can pick two of those, and then answer and give us an example. Which of these traits describe your mother? Which of these traits describe your best friend? All right. So this is a chance where you get a chance where you have some time to practice using those adverbs, adjectives, in full sentences. All right. So let's take some time. Let's pause the video. You might even want to go back over those 42 plus words and answer those questions. All right, in full sentences, and maybe share them with a friend, or share it with us during our Zoom meetings or in our WhatsApp chat room. All right, so let's go ahead and do that now. and take some time, and then we'll come back and we'll continue on.